Before watching video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means a lot for us, and we will reveal more history stories. Washington, D.C. looks like just another city. But hidden beneath its streets are secrets, symbols, and mysteries that the Founding Fathers never wanted you to uncover. Today, we reveal the untold story of America's capital. Washington, D.C., the beating heart of America. A city carved out of swampland, designed with purpose, and built to embody democracy itself. Here, presidents lead, Congress debates, protests echo, and history lives on every corner. But Washington is not just the capital of the United States, it is the living story of the nation. From its fragile beginnings to its role as a global symbol of freedom, this is the untold story of Washington, D.C. When the United States won independence, in 1783, it had no permanent capital. For years, Congress moved from city to city, Philadelphia, New York, Princeton, and even smaller towns. This was unstable and embarrassing for a nation trying to prove itself. The Founding Fathers knew America needed a capital that would symbolize unity, not favor one state over another. In 1790, Congress passed the Residence Act, giving President George Washington the power to choose the site of the permanent capital. Washington selected a location along the Potomac River, on land donated by Maryland and Virginia. The spot was strategic, between North and South, not belonging to any state, and near Washington's beloved home at Mount Vernon. To design the new city, Washington turned to Pierre-Charles L'Enfant, a French-born engineer who had fought in the Revolution. L'Enfant envisioned a city of grandeur, wide avenues radiating from key buildings, open spaces for future monuments, and a grand avenue that would become the National Mall. His plan rivaled the great capitals of Europe, but building Washington was not easy. The land was swampy, hot, and filled with mosquitoes. Laborers, including enslaved African Americans, worked in harsh conditions. The Capitol and President's House rose slowly, but critics mocked the new city, calling it desolate and unfit for government. In 1800, John Adams became the first president to live in the White House. But the building was unfinished, cold, and empty. His wife, Abigail Adams, famously used one of the great rooms to dry laundry. Washington was still more dream than reality. In 1814, disaster struck. During the War of 1812, British troops invaded Washington and set fire to the Capitol, the White House, and other public buildings. Flames engulfed the Capitol, and the future of the city seemed lost. But a sudden thunderstorm, some say a hurricane, doused the flames. Washington would rebuild, stronger than before. Throughout the 19th century, the Capitol expanded. By the 1850s, its dome was under construction. During the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln insisted that the dome be completed, declaring that if the Capitol continued, so too would the Union. Its rising dome became a symbol of resilience and unity. When the Civil War erupted in 1861, Washington became a city under siege. The Confederate state of Virginia lay just across the Potomac, and the capital was fortified with dozens of forts. Troops filled the streets, hospitals overflowed with wounded soldiers, and the population swelled with freed African Americans seeking refuge. In these years, Abraham Lincoln turned the White House into a war command center. He worked late into the night, meeting generals, writing speeches, and visiting soldiers. But tragedy struck Washington on April 14, 1865, when Lincoln was assassinated at Ford's Theater. His death shocked the nation and cast a dark shadow over the Capitol. After the Civil War, Washington entered a period of growth and change. Freed African Americans shaped the city's culture, schools, and churches. Streets were paved, gas lights were installed, and government buildings expanded. Washington was no longer just a symbol. It was becoming a functioning city. World War I and World War II transformed Washington. The federal government expanded massively, with agencies and workers flooding the city. The Pentagon was built in record time, becoming the headquarters of American military power. By 1945, Washington was not just a national capital, it was the command center of the free world. In the 20th century, Washington became a stage for the struggle for civil rights. On August 28, 1963, more than 250,000 people gathered at the Lincoln Memorial, where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his immortal "I Have a Dream" speech. The National Mall became not just a place of monuments, but a stage for change. During the 20th century, Washington became an open-air museum of American ideals. The Lincoln Memorial in 1922, the Jefferson Memorial in 1943, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in 1982, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial in 2011. Each one tells a piece of the nation's story. Today, Washington remains the nerve center of American politics. The White House, the Capitol, and the Supreme Court form the triangle of government. Here, laws are debated, wars are declared, and history continues to unfold. But Washington is more than politics. It is a diverse city of more than 700,000 residents, nearly half of whom are African American. The neighborhoods, from Georgetown's historic charm to U Street's jazz clubs, give Washington a vibrant local life. The Smithsonian museums hold treasures from across human history, free for all who visit. Beneath the surface, Washington holds secrets. Tunnels connect the Capitol, White House, and other government buildings. Cold War bunkers lie hidden underground. Legends speak of Masonic symbols embedded in l'enfant's design. Whether myth or reality, these stories add to Washington's mystique as a city of hidden power. The September 11th attack struck the Pentagon and forever changed Washington. Security tightened, barriers rose, and the city became more fortified. Yet vigils at the National Mall and unity on the Capitol steps showed that Washington, like America itself, would endure. Washington, D.C. is both a city and a symbol. It belongs to its residents, but also to every American. It is a place where the nation's ideals are carved in stone, but also where citizens gather to demand a better future. From presidential inaugurations to massive protests, Washington is the stage where democracy is both practiced and tested. From its swampy beginnings to its role as a global capital, Washington, D.C. tells the story of America itself. Built from compromise, scarred by war, renewed by struggle, and defined by ideals, it stands as the living heart of the United States. Every stone, every statue, and every street is a reminder that democracy is not just a system, it is a story. And Washington, D.C. is where that story continues to unfold.